Although small and short, the Hetzer was a very deadly and effective tank destroyer, even against small and medium-sized Allied tanks. Officially known as the Jagdpanzer 38T, this combat vehicle was made by Nazi Germany during World War II. Despite being commonly called the Hetzer, no official documents from that time explicitly use this name for the Jagdpanzer 38T. The name Hetzer came from German soldiers who spontaneously called it this. In German, Hetzer means chaser. The Hetzer's presence on the battlefield terrified enemies because of its ability to suddenly appear from hidden positions and accurately destroy targets. Though not as strong or large as some other tank destroyers, the Hetzer's efficiency and practical design made it a serious threat in battle. The development of this tank began when Germany had to fight the Soviet army in the east and the Allied forces in the west. This situation forced Germany to find effective solutions to the pressure on both fronts. Germany was in a very confusing situation, needing to produce combat vehicles continuously with very limited resources. They couldn't match the fast and large-scale production of Allied tanks. Germany realized they needed more combat vehicles that were cheaper, quicker to make, and used fewer materials. One solution was the development of the tank destroyer known as the Jagdpanzer 38T, or Hetzer. In 1944, the design work for the Hetzer began, and its production started on March 4, 1944. The Hetzer's design was likely based on the Romanian tank destroyer Mareschal. The Mareschal had sloped armor, making it more resistant to enemy attacks, and its small size allowed it to hide and ambush advancing enemy tanks. The Romanian tank was designed to counter the Soviet T-34 and KV-1 tanks. Inspired by the Mareschal, the Hetzer was also designed with a very low profile, making it hard to target and easy to hide. The tank was 2.10 meters high, 2.63 meters wide, 6.27 meters long, and weighed 15.75 tons. Germany assigned the production to BMM and Skoda factories in Czechoslovakia, with a total of 4,000 units produced, 2,000 by each factory. The Hetzer was built on the chassis of the Czechoslovakian Panzer 38T, but with a wider and longer chassis, modified suspension system, and a new, more powerful engine. It was equipped with a Praga 6-cylinder gasoline engine with 158 horsepower. Its main gun was the 75mm PaK 39 L48, and it had a 7.92mm MG34 machine gun. Though hard to see and capable of destroying medium tanks, the Hetzer had some drawbacks. One issue was its main gun, which couldn't move freely left or right, requiring the entire tank to maneuver to aim. Additionally, its side armor was relatively thin, making it vulnerable to side attacks. Limited ammunition storage also reduced its ability to sustain prolonged combat. The small size made the interior cramped, making it challenging for the crew to operate effectively. Germany produced around 2,227 Hetzers over about a year, with various versions. However, higher production targets were not met due to several issues. Allied bombing of cities slowed logistics and caused shortages of vital materials and components needed for tank production. The Hetzer was first used by the Heeres Panzerjägerabteilung 731 Battalion in July 1944 on the Eastern Front. After the war, production continued in Czechoslovakia, and the Hetzer served in the Czechoslovakian and Swiss armies. Some tanks from the war era can still be found in various museums and are often used in parades and military-related events.